And tonight's team meeting, we're gonna have AC Oakman lined it up. I'm actually glad and thankful I was able to see him over the last weekend, what they've built. Huge shout out to Oakman, On, and Nate for their grand opening at their office. It was amazing to see, guys. I know some of you seen my story. These guys are insane. They were wrestling in their office, but Oakman's one of those guys where I've never heard him once complain. And even like leaving the grand opening, he had another trip. He left the grand opening. We went to a team dinner. He came back and dialed with his guys, making sure he was getting them paid. And guys, Oakman, he doesn't really need an introduction. He put his real estate career. I know he sold over $15 million in houses. He's a professional fighter. He's gonna light the fuck out of this call. And Oakman, go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
What's up, bro? I appreciate the intro. Yeah, man, my name's Oakman. Appreciate you having me on today, Mahmoud. That's really it. I don't got much to say.
Nah, bro, tell these people what you did. Like, dude, you came out the gate swinging. Tell them how much you submitted your first month, how long you've
Okay.
been with the
Uh,
agency,
all
what
right.
you've been doing.
So like take you back a little bit, right? On brought me on. On brought me on, right? I'd say what happened was, long story short, I was going out of town. I was supposed to have $72,000 deposited into my account from three real estate deals. All three real estate deals fell through. And so I went from about to deposit 72 to depositing nothing. And I was leaving for a long fucking time out of the country. So I hit up on, he had recently reached out back out to me a few months prior. And I told him, I was like, hey, I don't know what you're selling, but you told me that you make money every week or daily consistently. So when I come back, like I'm all in, I'm all for it, right? Like you don't have to sell me on shit. And so what happened was, I'm coming back, and I call him on Tuesday. He explains the business to me. I tell him, I was like, all right, send me everything. I'm gonna start studying on Wednesday for the stuff. He said, all right. So I signed up for my test that Friday. I take the test. I study Wednesday. I do the pre-exam stuff, and I study on Thursday. I take the test and I get my fingerprint done that Friday. And I call on and I'm like, hey bro, like I'm done. He's like, bro, what the fuck? Didn't you just like, weren't you just out the country? Like, I thought you were just getting back. I was like, yeah, bro, I did it. Like, I'm done. Like, I come to the office. He was like, hey, bro, congrats, but like, let's just wait till Monday, bro. Like, but I was just so locked in, bro. I was like, bro, like, I need to make sure I'm making consistent bread because I got bills to pay, and I got kids to feed. And so, I came into the office the first day, and literally on was like, hey, bro, like, do you already know how to sell, right? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, let's go make money. So he's like, all right, here's the script, here's the lead, get the dialing. So I start dialing, and I remember, I think we're less than an hour in, and I go to On's office. I was like, hey, bro, I think I got one. And he was like, what the fuck, for real? And I'm like, yeah. And then I go and I show him. He's like, oh, it's like, let's go. And he's like, well, did you get the banking? I'm like, nah. He's like, bro, it's one call, one close. He's like, get the banking. So I call him back, get it. And then that day, bro, is all she wrote. I ended the day with like, I think I was like at like 8K or some shit. I called my grandma, my fucking mom. I was like, hey, we're getting y'all life insurance. Like, I was, whoever I could think of top of mind, bro. I was like, I'm trying to get these sales up. And so my first 10 days, I submitted 30. And then my first 6 weeks, I submitted 100. And then it was like, I think my fourth or fifth weekend, On had
Say
told me,
that
he's like,
again. Say that again. How much did you submit in your first 30 days?
my first 6 weeks was 100K. My first 10 days was 30K. Um, yeah,
Damn.
yeah, bro. And
God, Oakman, man.
um, and it was funny, bro, because I think I was like a month in, and On was like, bro, he's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm tired of like, I'm tired of you not having your shit together. He's like, you need to like make sure that you're doing all your onboarding, completing that shit. And I was like, bro, what are you talking about? He's like, bro, you need numbers. You have to have your onboarding numbers. And so I was like, but me and On were so focused, bro. Like we didn't even think, like once I got licensed and I was good to go, I was like, we're set. We're set, boys. And literally, like there was days, bro, where like me and On, bro, like 7, 8 deals like together, and it was just me and him in the office. That's literally how it started. It was just literally me and him. It was absolutely insane. And then from there, bro, it was all she wrote. I met y'all
Say it again.
at the, what's up, bro? Oh,
My
Adam's on the call. No, you're good, bro. And then what was it? I met y'all at the lock-in. Y'all had that competition. Y'all had the competition, the dollar competition. Basically, whoever won would go to Shawn Mike's competition. And I remember I told y'all, bro, when y'all were leaving, I was like, hey, I appreciate it. I go, I'm gonna win. Go ahead and give me my ticket, bro. And I remember y'all, all right, we'll see. At the end of the day, I think I submitted like around $20,000, bro, in that day. Obviously, won the ticket to Shawn Mike. And we went to that event the end of October. And dude, it was honestly just fucking life changing, bro. Like it opened my eyes because I definitely was more like on my selfish era, right? Like I didn't care about no one else. I didn't care about really building. Like I heard it from y'all, the top guys, but on tried to instill into my head. But it was like big bro telling you, you're like, yeah, whatever, motherfucker, you know. And I went there, and then just hearing Ronnie's story, hearing your story, hearing Wiley's, and then Zach's story, and then hearing Sean Mike like just praise y'all for how fast y'all developed, and built the business. That's when I was like, okay, I should probably start taking this a little more seriously. I don't want to be just a glorified fucking salesman, just like I am in real estate. And
Right.
from there, bro, I tried to recruit in the beginning. And one thing about me, as you know, bro, is like I'm overly passionate. So like if you don't match my passion, bro, like I'm very vocal. And so I hired a few people and I ran them off like just as fast. And then so
Right.
it got to the point where I feel like me and Nate kind of are in the same situation where grew up very, like like we had unfortunate lifestyle growing up, very poor and shit. So I never had no one to rely on. So I'm like, who can I rely on but myself? And so I went back to the selfish era of I'm not gonna build, I'm just gonna focus on stacking my wins, and then when people come, they come. Well then Tanner had started like a month before me, bro. And Tanner and Dante and Drew were fucking absolutely killing it in the team building environment. And then I was like, holy shit, I gotta like start fixing the shit. It wasn't until after the convention though, when I saw Tanner and he was telling me and Drew and then Dante, and I was like, holy shit, bro. Like these kids started like a month before me and they're lighting it up on the team side, bro. And I'm like, I in my head, I was just like, I'm so behind now. Like I'm fucking up. I should have been building with these guys. So it took me another month or two to really understand. And then it was when I went to your office opening when what was it? Zach said you got to stop being the bull in the china shop, bro. You got to start building. And so that was when I really started taking it seriously. And I told I was like, we got to start putting these systems in place. And he was all for it. Nate was all for it. And after that, bro, we just everything, the stars just started aligning. And yeah, baby, we're building now. All three of
Uh,
us.
it's awesome to see, bro. And because like
Yeah,
again, you just did the grand opening of the office and it was like four times the size of the old office you guys had. You know what I mean? And it wasn't a bunch of empty desks, bro. Like you had hungry dogs in there, like guys that are ready to run through the wall, and a lot of them are brand new. So like you did change some things and like you've been a great closer from the day one, you know what I mean? And I've noticed like you're obviously like a really hard worker and very disciplined and you've always had leadership traits. Like you were always having the leadership traits, wanting to help and always trying to analyze and try to do things better like a leader should, right? For his guys. But I want you to kind of talk about like what's changed for you because again, like you got guys that are on a mission now that are gonna get the agency to well over, $2 million by the end of the year. I kind of want you to walk us through what does your onboarding process look like now, and what are the
yeah,
standards that you're implementing or setting when you're bringing someone on? Because like
yeah,
those standards I saw in the office, bro, some
yeah,
people in the Zoom would fucking quit before even walking in there. You know,
yeah. And that's the point. Yeah, exactly, bro. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, that's the point, bro. So like the first thing is first, right? Like either they reach out to me via Instagram or
oh, you cut out there, I think. Your headphones die? Yo, yo.
hear me?
All right, we
Can
got
you
you
hear me?
now. Yeah, we
Okay.
got
I'm glad I didn't start talking. All right, bro. So the first thing I do, bro, is like very first step. And this is kind of like what works for me. I'm not saying it works for everybody else. But the first thing I do is like whether they reach out to me Instagram or if they see like a ad or something, I make them schedule a call with me immediately. And I'm like, hey,
you.
bro, like if you want me to take you seriously, you schedule a call with me within the first 3 days. Like, so it's today's Monday, you have till Wednesday to get on a call with me. If you can't fit on my calendar, let me know and then we'll go from there. If and then by then you're getting automated text sent to you from my assistant, and she's basically telling you like, hey, so you're going to watch this video. It's a FAQ and a business overview meeting. And the FAQ I actually made my own with it was on Nate and myself. We made our own and just talking about our standards and what we expect in the office. And then the second video is the business overview, and it's basically just me going over the slideshow of the business. And so it just kind of off the rip, it kind of makes it more personal, you know what I mean, to the guys. And they're like, oh, okay, like it kind of a little more professionalism per se. And I got that advice from actual Zach and Ronnie. And they told us to do it, and I was like, all right, it's done. And then from there, if you don't message and you don't confirm back with my assistant that you fucking watch those videos, bro, I won't even show up to the call. I don't waste my time because if you can't follow a small minuscule objective, you're not gonna follow any big ones. And I don't tell them nothing. I don't like talk shit. I don't burn the bridge. They can go and apply later if they want, but in that moment, I don't see you as a hungry individual. So from there, the initial call is pretty much same to like what you and Ronnie and Wiley do. Like I kept that the same, right? The qualification. So ask them about like where they're at in life, their schedule, um, why they want to like do something like this, like run their own fucking business. Basically go from a W-9 to 99, from a 9 to 5 to a 9 to 9. And then from there, I filter out, bro, like, are they hungry or do they have the potential to be hungry? And so really for me, I'm only recruiting like A plus guys, or not even A plus, but A guys, right? So like you have to at least have potential. And so when people hear that, they think like, oh, you're only hiring guys with sales experience. No, that's not what I'm looking for, bro. I'm the first thing I'm asking them, and I'm telling them, I was like, hey, so this is our non-negotiables in the office. 6 days a week minimum, 10 plus hours a day minimum, 400 to 500 plus dials minimum. You're in the Zoom or in office every day. If you're in San Antonio or you're in Austin, you're in the office no matter what. There's no excuses. Okay. You have to issue $15,000 in premium within a month in your first 90 days, or you cannot be in my office. You cannot be in the Zoom. I'm not going to fire you because I'll take the override, but I don't want to see your face. You're a fucking loser, right? You can't do 15K. You suck. And so from there, I tell them like, if you're not built to last in this industry you want, last things is you have to be disciplined. You have to be coachable. Okay. Um, Man, I have a few. You have to be confident, bro, and D-bad, bro. Like, don't be a fucking bitch. We all know that, right? From there, I tell them like the culture's the same thing, bro. Like in your head, like every day's a new day. I don't care if you did 10K the day before or you did 0K the day before. You did zero today. Like every day's a new day. Come in with that good mindset and a good attitude. And so right then and there, I find out how serious people are, right? Because I try to make them understand, dude, like this is not a job. This is not a side hustle. This is a business. And one thing I'm going to start actually implementing now is because like I told Ronnie, I was like, this is what I do. And he's like, what you should do is basically if a guy that like may have potential, but he doesn't have the time, he's like delegated to some of your directs and give them some responsibility and you start helping build their business. So that is one thing I will say that I took from Ronnie this past week and I'm going to start implementing. Um, from there,
Yeah,
right, I determine if they're a good fit or not. And so right then and there, I'm like, all right, so like let's say I'm hiring you, Mahmoud. I'm like, all right, man. So I think you're a good fit. You fit our culture. You have the same ideologies as us. And so what I'm gonna do right now, Mahmoud, is I'm gonna offer you the job if you want it, brother. You want the job?
yeah, of course.
Okay, so go ahead and pull out your laptop. I'm gonna send you a link. You're gonna sign up for your exam right here, right now. You have to schedule your exam in the next 3 to 5 days. So if today's Monday, what do you want to take it? You can take it Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Which one works better? And so I make them schedule their exam right then and there. And I tell them, hey, I don't care if you fucking pass or fail, bro. It's just the intent you have it to go do it. And then from there, I make them sign up for the exam on the dot. Now, when I do this with these guys, I tell them like, especially because like, remember, I'm only bringing on hungry motherfuckers. So I'm literally
Right.
telling them like, hey, if you can't afford to pay for your exam, I will pay for that shit. Like in Texas, it's $39. I have no problem to do that. But I don't tell them that off the rip. I want to see if they can afford it. If they tell me I'll do it, but I just don't have the money right now, then I'm like, hey, don't worry about it. I'm cash apping you right now. Let's pull it up. When you get to the credit card, I'll send the money. And so I do that for these guys, bro. And I tell them the same thing, right? Like I don't care if you pass or fail, get that shit done, get your fingerprint done the same day, and then we get the ball rolling. So
Fire.
yeah, bro. So once they do that, um, obviously these guys are committed, right? And if they have a full-time job, I give them 7 to 10 days to take the test. Either way, though, you're scheduling that test that day with me. There's no excuses. So
That's
from
fire, bro.
yeah, so from there, we do the pre-licensing week zero boot camp. So I put them on the boot camp that you, Ronnie, and Wiley made, and non-negotiable. Have to watch it. Have to send me a screenshot when it's done. Then they have to do. I have a Discord boot camp. They have to do the Discord, non-negotiable. It's a lot of reading. It's a lot of bullshit, but it sets these guys up so they're not asking me bullshit questions. Okay. From there, I'm making sure they're watching the psychology, the sales videos that Ronnie made, the script video that Ronnie made. I'm like, bro, like how to write an app, like all that shit, bro. Like it's everything. Like you should not be asking me this dumb shit, right? From there, by that day, right? Because those few days you got to remember, right? Once they pass their test, it's going to take a few days for them to get their license approved. Once they get the license approved, that's when they get the E&O insurance. So I tell them like, hey, these are the days we're going to get this done. This is the week zero. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually stole it. I don't know if Coach is on here, but shout out to Coach because I got this from Coach when we were in Miami. and I really implement and put as much like, I give these guys daily objectives to do. And so I have them do that. And then like they do this all before they even get to their onboarding call. So by the time they get to the onboarding call, I tell them like, hey, so you're not going to get your first carrier for the next 24 to 48 hours, probably like 2 to 3 days. So in the time being, what we're going to do is you're going to sit here, you're going to dial, you're going to be next to me, or I'm going to be in your area. I'm going to hear you. You're going to be mastering the script, mastering the objections. But what I'm going to do is you're just going to be a dialer. And let's say I designate someone, right? Like, let's say you're on my team, Mahmoud, and I'm like, all right, I hired John. John, you're going to sit next to Mahmoud. You're going to dial his leads, and anything that you fucking give to him and he closes it and he gets approved, I will pay you out that day. So what am I doing? I'm building like financial incentive to them, right? And then like, and I'm putting money in their pockets immediately so they know this shit's real. Because once you get a guy paid, right, like they're definitely gonna be a little more committed, a little more hungry. And what am I doing for you, Mahmoud? I'm helping you out with your business for that day
Yeah.
or two. So then, as soon as they get their first carrier, which usually a miracle within the 2 days, I'm like, all right, we're full fledged. By that time, though, they've been on the call, bro. They've mastered like the first 90 seconds of the call, which is the absolute hardest for the guys. And then from
So you're
there, bro,
getting
it's
these
full.
guys contracted within 2 weeks, realistically. 10 days, 10 days.
10 days, bro. Like less than, like I try to get everything done within less than 14 days. And I think that's the biggest change for me that I've implemented. And I told the guys in the office, this is how we do things. And it's like the echo, like Ronnie talked about, bro. You echo the same message to everybody, and this is a standard. And I tell the guys the same thing. If you hire somebody not willing to commit to this, they can't be in the office, they can't be in the Zoom. Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
It's a need for speed. I mean, like you said, we're the one providing the opportunity. We're the one helping them. And now after you onboard them, you set the standards,
Mm-hmm.
you know who's the right fit.
Yeah.
Like I noticed you have the people in the office, like you said, you don't want to just work with anyone. You are
Yeah.
looking for just a star people essentially, right?
Yeah.
How are you able to identify someone that's, just hungry and says they are, or someone that's starving?
Action, bro. If you're not willing to sign up for your test right then and there, I tell you, hey, bro, no worries. I don't hit them up again. Like I said, one thing I learned from Ronnie and Zach, that's one thing about me, bros. You know me, like I used to burn bridges. I'm like, hey, bro, you're a fucking pussy. Get the fuck out of my face. Now I don't do that because Ronnie and Zach were like, bro, that guy could write you 10K and you got 30% override on him, bro. That's 3 bands you're making off that guy every month. Like, why are you running him off? Like, don't be dumb. So I was like, okay, like you're right. Like I need to look at more from a business aspect. So it's like, okay, what can I do? Hey, bro, like you're not serious right now. It's cool. Hit me up later. Or I get guys sometimes like they don't do the objective when I tell them to do it, and they'll hit me up later. Those guys are like I had a guy who did that, and I'm like, all right, like all I'm gonna do with that guy is I'm probably gonna move him under my brother Daniel, right? And it's not because I don't think he's serious, but it's like now I know my brother, like he's a more caring person, so that guy might fit better under my brother, and that's the kind of guidance he needs. And so for me, like I said, it's all about action, bro. Like, and then same thing when the guys come into the office, I find out really fucking quick because if you're making excuses why you can't stay this day or that day, I don't even pay attention to you. And so one thing I do with every single one of my guys when they come in, I build their schedule. We go over the business, right? And I go over their goals and their objectives. And I always tell them like, hey, dude, like it always comes down to three things when you're failing in this business. And I learned this from Zach a while back, and then obviously Zach and Ronnie re-implemented it this past week at our what do you call it, our leadership call, our conference. And it was like, dude, like there's only three reasons why you're not selling. Your ass at the script, you don't have enough leads, or your work ethic is shit. And so I break that down to them. And I'm like this is a business, bro. Like it doesn't matter what type of business you're doing. You can do this. You can go a detailing business. It doesn't not matter. If you have no leads, your business will fail. And so I
Yeah.
explained that to them very thoroughly, bro. And I take like I say about 30 to 45 minutes. I break everything down, break their schedule down. And I always tell guys like the reason why, and I tell them straight up, the reason why I do this with you in the beginning is because now I know your why. Like let's say your why is you want to retire your mom and you want to do this, but your actions don't show it. Now I just don't fucking I don't speak to you again. I don't waste my time. So it's not like I'm telling you get the fuck out like I used to. It's like now I don't put energy into you because that's not fair to someone else that comes in, they do everything right and they're doing all these daily objectives. That's not right to them. So I don't go like potential is just potential, bro. Like if you don't use it, it doesn't mean shit. So it's not like a saying we use in office is everybody in here is a liar until they show you with their actions. So like I said, when you're committed and you're doing with your actions, that's what I look for. You don't have to be a former salesman. You don't have to have maybe the best people skills. As long as you're willing to come in, you're coachable, and you're willing to like show up every fucking day and work your ass off, bro, like I will work with you. Even there's some guys, bro, they've been in the business, they've been in our office, and I told them, hey, in 3 months, if you're not at 20K, like you've been here for a year, bro, like in a month, like bro, you can't be in here. But I tell them, but at the same time, I respect you because like you're here fucking 15 hours a day. So I know you're trying, you're just missing stuff. Right. But it's like what I do, I light a fire under their ass. The work ethic's there. Now they understand, okay, it's not my work ethic, right? The script, I got it down. I need to access my lead flow. You know what I mean? So, like I said, that's how I personally figure it out. And me, like, I learned that from Zach Trudowski, was actually because he's like, dude, if you do that with everybody when they first come in, you may spend 30 minutes to an hour with somebody at the most. He's like, but they're never going to bother you again if they don't do the objectives that they said they were going to do. And they just hit me. I was like, he's right, bro. Because I told Zach I wanted to be at 250,000 by the end of quarter three. So if I'm not there, if I'm not at quarter million by the end of quarter three, you think I'm going to hit him up? Fuck no. Like I'm not wasting that man's time, bro. Like I'm not gonna do that to him. But if I'm there or if I'm on the cusp of doing it, then I'm like, hey, bro, I've been doing everything. I'm right there. What are we going to next?
He's gonna want to help you then too,
Exactly.
knowing how Zach
Exactly,
is.
bro.
Nah, bro, that's
Exactly.
fire. And another thing I want to talk about too, because you are one of the greatest leaders I've seen as well. Like just not even in business, but on life advice as well. How do you keep your energy? Like, what is your why to show up every single day? Like, whether you feel like it or not? Because, I mean, dude, you saw like just the grand opening was example. Like on the way there, you got pulled over, you weren't gonna miss it. Same thing, like, dude, right now you're in
Yeah.
Kansas. Like like I was just figured that out and like working OT. Like, what makes you go so hard? And like, how do you keep going even when the times do get hard?
Yeah, bro. So I mean, I have a few whys, but the biggest one, bro, is like, dude, man, I grew up, bro, like literally like my brother Daniel, right? He don't remember this. He was still a baby. He wasn't even born when this was happening, but bro, we were getting evicted every 3 to 6 months, bro. Me and my brother Mario and Eric, like we're professional movers. By the way, all four of my brothers work, or three of my brothers work for me. So I don't know if the other two are in here, but
Just
bro,
met the
like,
fourth one, Eric.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm here,
So, bro,
bro.
let's go. Yeah,
He-
bro. So they can speak on this, bro. Like I shit you not, we're professional movers by the age of 10. And so, like, bro, seeing my family struggle like that, growing up like that, bro, like being raised by my grandmother, having my older brothers, like just live in the slums, bro, like other side of the train tracks, like trench baby type shit, you know? And I knew growing up, bro, like after my oldest brother was killed, I had to change my life. Because if I didn't change my life, bro, like my younger brothers were gonna not have no real role model to follow. My oldest brother was killed. My second oldest brother's in and out of jail for selling drugs. And so, with that being said, bro, with that being said, like, that's when it like at a young age I realized like I used to have a victim mentality, you know, like typical I want to say like minority mentality when it comes to the black and brown communities, like why is happening to me, poor me, I need my 40 acres and a meal. And it just hit me one day. I was like, bro, ain't no one coming to save me. You know what I mean? I'm a grown ass man. I got to figure this shit out. And so at an early age, I realized that, bro. And I go hard, bro, because like I said, I didn't get a chance to retire my grandmother who raised me. She passed away a couple years ago. I do have another grandmother that was a big part of my raising. And the first thing I want to do, and my brother Daniel agrees with me, is, bro, like I want to move her back to her homeland in Thailand. I want her to fucking live there and live the rest of her days with her sister that lives there and just be free, bro. Like, don't worry about anything. Like, here, grandma, like, here's your rent money. Here's your money to go gamble because she's a gambling addict, you know, and like set her up for life. And then same thing with my mother, set my mother up for life. My mom had me at 15, bro. Like, my mom was a kid raising a kid. You know what I mean? And so like my whys, bro, like that's why, bro. Retire my mom, retire my grandma. It's bigger than me. I have three daughters, bro. I want to take care of my daughters for fucking life. I don't ever want them to ever depend on the man financially. So when I'm here, like when I'm out beyond the grave, bro, like their kids are taken care of, their kids are taken care of. Because I always tell people, bro, it's not about you. If you're doing something just for you, it's gonna be very hard to succeed. Because when shit gets hard, you're just gonna go back to just being very simple minded and being complacent where you're at. And the last why, bro, this one just started to come to me a few months back when I started to recruit very heavy, bro. Like I got this from you, Mahmoud. I'm not even lying. When you told me when I met you in the last event we're at, and you told me my goal is to get 100 guys on my team or 100 guys this year and get them all making six figures. Your goal's never been about you. And I was like, dude, why am I not thinking like that? And it really changed my whole perspective. I'm like, my goal is that should be my goal. How many people do I know from like places where I'm from, places where you're from, right? places like you said, like look at like the Palestinian boys, like all coming down, like from Ronnie, like the boys that you and Ronnie brought in, bro. You're literally changing their fucking lives. There's nothing better than when you have guys who have seen nothing but like war and famine their whole lives and been in poverty, and they come in, they truly like you can make them live the American dream. And so, bro, seeing that shit, that's what like literally I changed my goal to that. And me and On both and Nate, we all have the same goal, bro. 100 riders making 100 fucking K, and we put that out there because it's like, dude, that changes all these guys' life. Imagine, bro, being 18, 19, 20 years old, you can take care of your family just like you are, bro. Like why wouldn't that be your why? If you're recruiting, it shouldn't be just about, oh, I want to make money. One thing about me, bro, like I'm a cuss a little, right? But saying that Wiz Khalifa says, he says the money comes, the money goes. And when it comes down to it, that's something that niggas with real money should know. And that shit stuck with me, bro, because I made a lot of money last year in real estate, and I could have kept doing that and worrying about myself. But I was like, I'm on this mission, and it's not about me, bro. It's about these other guys I have in the office. I can't just pour life into them and not truly run with the dogs. You know, I don't want to be like those pussies, like the kings that sit in the back, or the generals that sit in the back and let all their guys die in the front lines. Like, nah, bro, we're all burning the boats because the only thing I want for us is either victory or we all die together. Like, there's no plan B. And that's the same thing I tell my boys. I'm like, hey, if you have any doubt, I'll go ahead. We'll kill you right now on this island, bro, because we're burning your boat regardless. You know what I mean? And if you don't have that fucking mindset, bro, then it's okay. I'm not mad at you, but you can't be a part of my squad because everyone here would die for each other. It's like Andrew Tate says, bro, like no one's gonna pull you out of a burning car besides your brother. And I truly feel like everybody I have
Yes,
on my team,
sir.
those are my fucking brothers, bro. Like I know they can pull me out of the fucking
For
car if
fucking
I'm
life,
already
bro.
alive. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, that's the mentality I breathe into these guys, and I truly show it with action. And I learned that from you, bro, from Ronnie, from Wiley. Like, bro, you guys literally pour life into your dudes, bro. And I tell people all the time, like, if I want to be where you're at, if I want to be where Ronnie's at, where Wiley's at, why the fuck would I not implement what they're doing? And it's never been about y'all. And I love that shit.
Nah, bro, I'm proud of you, man. Like straight up, like I want to say that, like even if you don't hear it, like I'm fucking proud of you,
Yeah,
bro. What you've overcame, your whole life story, your siblings, like you are the example, bro. You are
yeah,
why we go so hard. You know what I mean? Like I got goosebumps hearing that. Real
yeah.
talk, man. And it's not about us, bro. It never
No, it's
was, you know.
not.
That's why we're on this call right now. Like, bro, you're at your daughter's tournament.
Volleyball tournament,
You know
national
what I mean?
tournament,
And
bro.
like you're doing a team call for these guys, like over 200 people. He's pouring his heart out into you guys. So
Yeah,
like this shit is real life. Like real life can change your life, just like
yeah,
it changed Oakman's, just like it changed mine.
yeah, bro.
Last thing I want to really touch on, you kind of did already before we open it up to a Q&A. I don't want to hold you too long, is
No, you're good, bro. They're on break.
you really are a true leader, bro. Like from the front, like you're leading day in, day out,
Mhm.
daytime, nighttime. What does like a true leader mean to you?
So a true leader means to me, bro, like the guy that's willing to go and to die with you at battle. Like real shit, bro. Like I tell I literally tell my guys all the time, dude, like if you if you show me, bro, like you show me with action, I will pour I will literally pour everything into you, bro. I will grind for you, bro. I will put money out of my own pocket. I will take money out of my own kids' mouth, right? I would take food out of their mouth just to feed you, like just to help you out. Because if you put that belief in me, like I got to put the same belief back. And so I tell everybody, bro, like if I'm telling these guys that, like that's what you really got to do. So the saying is, I tell everybody knows in my office. I tell all these guys, bro, if if you give me 100%, I will give you 200%. If you give me 50 or 80, it's fuck you, bro. Because I can't be more committed than you in your own business. I can't be more committed to you in belief in your system. And if you have no belief in yourself and belief in your system, why the fuck would I? And so when going back to your question, right? What do I see a real leader? A real leader is a guy who's just like you, bro. Like if I had to say who's like what a real leader is, it's Mahmoud Nasser. And what I mean by that, bro, is I met you last year, or I met you last year. You were still dialing on the phones while you were showing me deposits of 6 figures in your bank account for the month. Who the fuck does that, bro? And you're like, you're like, well, I got to show these guys how it's done, bro. I got to make sure that I'm showing them that I'm still that guy. Touchdown to fucking a few months ago, your office opening. I walk into your office, you're on a fucking call with somebody, bro. I'm like, bro, this dude's depositing a good amount, like more than when I met him initially, by probably like almost double at this time. And this guy still is showing these guys how it's done from the front lines. That's what you fucking want, right? And so now you're to the point now, like now you're wasting time, obviously, and you're picking up pennies, stepping over dollars if you were to do that. But it was just the fact that you were one to go so hard and show your boys how committed you were to this business, how much belief you had in the business. And it was more so you were just doing that to just show these guys by example. It's the same thing, bro. Like I'm sure if Ronnie or Wiley had to go jump on the phones again just to show these guys how it's done, they'll do that. And it's the fact that, like I tell these guys, bro, like you treat the same. I don't care if you're writing $50,000 worth of business or you're writing $10,000 worth of business a month. You show up every day, bro. I treat you with the same respect, right? I treat you with the same energy, no matter what, as long as you're putting the energy back into me. And I think that's what a real leader is, bro. You don't treat nobody any differently. It's the same thing. You have the same respect for the CEO as you do with the janitor. And if you're not on that boat, bro, I can't fuck with you. You know what I mean? So that's me, bro.
Real talk, bro. Nah, bro, that was fucking amazing, man. I really hope you guys were taking notes and listening because, like, dude, I would pay thousands of dollars for this knowledge, bro. You got me ready to fucking sell 1,000 policies and hire 1,000, bro.
I'm fucking dead. Nah, bro,
Straight
don't
up.
do that. You're wasting time doing that now, bro. You too big dog. Yeah,
But
bro.
no, yeah, man. Any last words you want to give to anyone that's brand new, starting out, struggling, they're still scared about the business, before we open it up to a Q&A?
Yeah, man. Honestly, I think I have the biggest regret as Ronnie does as well. The biggest regret I have is not starting the business and not fully being invested when I first got reached out about it. And so I would say if you're on the fence, if you're on the fucking fence and you don't know where the fuck you're going in life, bro, just fucking do it. What's the worst thing that happens? Give yourself 90 fucking days, hit it as hard as you can, put your head down, have no distractions. If you have to delete, if that means deleting social media, whatever you got to do, put your fucking head down, bro, and grind for 90 days. And if it doesn't work out, worst case scenario, you're still in the same position you're already in right now, and you go back living the same shitty ass life you're living before. But if you never take those chances, bro, you're never gonna know. Michael Jordan said it best, bro. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So if I could airball 99 times, bro. If I hit the 100th one, I hit that cell, bro. Like I know I'm good. I'm good, bro. You know what I mean? So, bro, just do it, bro. Like honestly, just take the chance, guys. Um, Anybody has any doubts, like I said, the beautiful thing about this business is Ronnie said it best to me last week, bro. He's like, there is no avatars in this business. It doesn't matter what your background is. Anybody can excel in this business as long as they're coachable, okay, and as long as they're willing to fucking grind. As long as you're willing to grind and be coachable, like you will excel in this business. I promise you. It may not be as fast as me. It may not be as fast as fuck. You may not build a business as fast as like Tanner, Dante, and Drew, right? And then Nas is killing it right now, by the way. And fucking Omar too. But you might not be as fast as those guys, but like your time will come, right? Like the reason why my team building didn't start until now is because it wasn't my time yet. And that's okay, bro. Now though, now is the time for the Texas compound. You know what I mean? Now is the time for us to level up.
Let's go. Nah, I
Yes,
fucking
sir.
love you, bro, and it's time to go to the moon, bro.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. All right, guys. If anyone has any questions, before my man goes back to
Yo,
the
Oakman,
What's up, bro?
what really built your mindset, man? I know you said it was, your parents and everything, which y'all went through, but like, what really built it, man? Like, how is it so strong? Really like that about you.
Yeah. Perspective, bro. My life, like dirt floor poor, didn't have shit, bro. Like some nights you have noodles or you don't you have sleep for dinner, right? But then you meet the guys like I've met some of the guys in fucking Mahmoud's office and Ronnie's office, bro. They're from fucking Palestine, bro. All they
Yeah.
know is war and famine, bro. My problems aren't real fucking problems. That's first world problems, you know. And long story short, bro, I had one of my really what molded my mindset to realize like it's all about perspective at a young age. One of my best friends, bro, lost both of his parents in a car wreck. He had five brothers, bro, three sisters. They all got separated. Like, could you imagine that, bro? You're fucking like 13, 14 years old. You feel like, bro, I'm getting like chills. I'm dead ass getting chills talking about this shit right now. That shit like opened my mind up so much. I lost my brother the same year he lost both of his parents, and his world was fucked. He was crushed. He had to go under fucking what do you call that shit where they take the kids? And this dude was still
CPS?
smart. Yeah, CPS, bro. And he was still smiling through all that shit. And it's
Yeah.
like, bro, my life's not so fucking bad. I get to breathe for another fucking day, bro. Is my life really that fucking hard, bro? Like, fuck no. Like, dude, like I have an opportunity to do something here. You know what I mean? And it's all about your effort, and what you put in is what you get out. And so meeting guys like specifically, like I'm just gonna know because I'm gonna say off the top because I know off the top. Like King Mo, bro, his story, bro, like fuck, bro, like it makes me emotional. Like the shit this dude had to fucking see growing up, and I'm over here bitching about my problems. Nah, fuck that, bro. I'm in the greatest country in the world. I need to take advantage of that shit. Real shit, bro. And so, like I said, that really set the fucking standard, bro. Like when you meet guys like that, you're like, bro, look what's going on in Palestine right now, bro. You got fucking kids dying, bro, like no reason. You know what I'm saying? They did
Yeah.
nothing wrong. And so when you see that shit, bro, I got 3 daughters. That shit hits me right here. I'm like, dude, why would I not grind as hard as I can for my family, my friends? You know what I'm saying? Because I got another life to do that shit. These other kids, bro, they just want to survive. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
when you don't have the basic necessities when it comes to fucking shelter, AC, fucking heat, you know what I mean? Food, like those problems aren't real problems, bro. You know what I mean? And so having that
Yeah.
mindset, bro, like it just to the moon, bro. And I'm Muslim too, bro. So I go hard for my people, bro.
Hell
I
yeah,
don't,
bro. Your
yeah,
story is very
yeah,
inspiring.
yeah. And I don't care what religion you are. Right is right and wrong is wrong. At the end of the fucking day.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So yeah, like the
Hell
boy said, free Palestine, bro.
Free Palestine,
How
baby.
would
Let's
you
get it.
guys
General
build a team?
Oakman.
That's what I want to know. How would you start recruiting people or start getting people on outside of your circle, like outside of just posting on
Yeah.
Instagram? What's the first thing like? Where do you go? Start going on Facebook. Start hitting random people up. Like how would you go ahead start building a team?
So I mean, this is a good question for Mahmoud, not myself. He's
Oh,
levels ahead of me.
Realistically, Andrew, there's this saying I learned from a wise guy is like you get paid really well for mastering the craft, like learn how to sell 40K a month, but you get paid even better for when you become an educator, right? So get really good at selling life insurance. Like we have the best systems, we have the best scripts, we have the best trainings. And for you to get to that next level, that team level, you're always going to want to lead from the front. And to get started as a team, like you have to establish your starting five, right? Like look at it as like a basketball team. Your starting five players, they're going to be the ones that are going to get you there. And to find those starting fives, like, dude, have my office as people that I went to high school with, middle school with, people I grew up with, people that have just seen me on social media hit, just DM me and reach out. And just by posting what you do and just talking to random people doing a 90-second pitch works. But like, dude, there's a lot of people that that can use this. Like, how many of your cousins right now aren't balling, like that aren't making money? You know they're struggling. How many of your friends you went to school with are struggling? Like half of them post about that shit. And so I
yeah,
think
that's
that's the
true.
biggest thing. And if you want to touch up anything else on that, Oakman too.
Nah, dude, I think he's right. And that's one thing that I've been doing differently is I used to do a lot of like call to actions at the end of my clips or stuff. I don't really do call to actions. One thing we learned when we were on our last trip was don't talk to the people, talk with the people. So you want to make them feel like they're in the room with you. So like literally just talking about the business, just how great it's been for me, and then talking about the reality of the business too. Because people appreciate that, right? There's days where like one day I sit in the office at 12 o'clock in the morning, bro. I went 0 for 7, and I had like 20 interviews with like people. I didn't hire not one person. And so, bro, I went 0 for 20 in fucking recruiting, 0 for 7 in sales, bro. That was a tough day. But you know what? Like that's what I tell people is like posting shit like that, posting a real you, bro. Just be authentic, be yourself, and eventually, bro, it's gonna hit the right people. And then one thing that I've been taught from these guys is casting that over them. So maybe you see some guy that you want on your team, like maybe he's like your buddy does car sales, and you pitch it to him already, he doesn't want it. Just tell him like, hey, bro, like I'm looking for this type of guy, like a guy that's willing to work 10 to 15 hours a day, that's willing to make $400 to $500. The average pay, he's gonna get paid about 1,000 to 2,000 dollars a day if he's getting 1 to 2 closes a day. Um, so like I'm looking for someone that's working really hard, bro. If you got anybody like that, in your circle, like bro, let me know. Um, not I'll take care of you later, bro. Like I tell some of my guys, I'm like, if you bring me some on someone and they write a policy, I'll pay you $500. But really, I want to recruit that motherfucker. So what happens is he gives you a few people, and that's what's happened to me in the past. He gave me a few people, and he saw some of his other friends get paid. Now it's just a domino effect. Now you start hitting other people's circles. So that's something that I started to do because I learned that from Mahmoud, Wiley, and Ronnie.
All right, what
Got
were
through.
your top 3 objections, and how'd you get over them?
For me, I mean, you're always gonna get like, I'm not interested. Like, I'd say the first 90 seconds is where I usually get my main objections. So I'd say like really it's just smoke screens, bro. And how I usually get over them is I talk over them and I keep going. That's number one. If it's an objection where I have to hit it, I obviously agree, ask, attack, bro. And so, and then the third one is like kill the zombie, bro. So like if you know you're about to get an objection or you possibly could, I personally like I kill it before I get there. So I let the guys know right before I even start like after the first 90 seconds, I let them know, hey, here's the process. I'm gonna need your social, I'm gonna need your banking shit. That way, when I do ask for it, it's not an issue. And then same thing, if they're gonna hit me with, I need to think about it, or what's the other one that I need to talk to my wife because I have no balls. Like those two, you get those right there. I already tell them like, hey, if I were able to get you approved for what you're looking for, and I bring their why back in, is there any other reason you wouldn't be able to move forward? And they're like, no. I'm like, okay, so that takes off. I got to think about it. Okay, and you're the decision maker, correct, sir? And they're like, oh no, I got to talk to my wife. Then I stop it right there. I'm like, bring her ass on the phone, bring her into the call. You can't. We need to schedule a time because I'm not doing this shit without your wife. So like I said, those are the main three things. Also, bro, you need to hop onto the calls Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning. They hit these in more detail, so I'm just gonna keep it like that. All right.
Far.
Yo, quick question.
Yes, sir.
Oak, first
Yes,
of all,
sir.
great past weekend. Congrats on the new
Awesome.
office. It's been
Yes, sir.
real. You said something earlier, and I don't think you got the fucking recognition for it that you deserve. 100K in 6 weeks, your first 6 weeks,
Fucking
is
animal.
fucking insane, bro. How?
Yeah. Honestly, bro, I, I was in that like me and fucking on were in that office grinding, bro, every day. I was working Saturdays, Sundays. Honestly, like what like just what Kyle and like Kyle Hansen, you heard his like he was working 15, 20 hours a day. I was doing the same shit, bro. Like same thing that Omar did 100K in a month, bro. Like Jesus Christ, like how hard was that guy fucking working? Like I know he was grinding, but like to me it was like I told myself if I'm gonna fail, like I'm like if I'm gonna hit something, I was always taught, bro, if you're gonna fail, you throw it 100 miles an hour. So I'm not halfway in, halfway out. I got to be all in to truly commit and see what I'm capable of. And also, I'm not gonna lie, like I did get like I don't say good amount of deals, but I'd say about $10,000 worth of that from like warm market. So I was reaching out to some people, letting them know what I'm doing and closing them. And my brother, his name was Mario, he did the same. He submitted $50,000 worth of policies his first fucking month, and I think like 35 of it stayed on the books. So like that's pretty fucking good, bro. Like he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He came from blue collar work, like he was bullshitting a lot of the way through. But I mean, like I said, I think it's just the fact that like when you're relentless, Bill, like you were, bro. When we compete against each other, you were relentless, bro. And I think it was just once you got over the hump and you hit like you said, you probably hitting 10K days. You're like, why am I not doing this every week? Like, what should the standard be? And then coming in and hearing Mahmoud and all these guys telling me like, Walla, bro, if you don't do 10K, you're cooked. You're trash. And so it's like, bro, for me, I don't. It's not that I love winning. It's I hate fucking losing. So I was like, this boy's not about to call me fucking trash, bro. Like I'm not trash. Fuck you. Like I'm gonna show you. And so after that, bro, like I just had to, like you said, prove to myself that I could absolutely kill it. And it's just like you, Bill. Like I don't think you get the recognition that you deserve, bro. Like when you said we competed, and it just took you to a whole nother level. And now it's week one. You're at 30K for week one, bro.
You know.
That's Big Bill.
Yeah, bro.
Drop a one for Big Bill.
Oh yeah,
And
baby.
not just his production, bro, but his team too is cooking,
His
bro.
team is cooking.
90K last week, Big Bill.
Oh yeah.
Come
Oh,
His
here.
team is cooking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro.
But
Yeah,
not yeah, huge shout out to you, Oak. Big Nas, obviously, every day, all day. But Oak, real good shit. Congrats on the new office.
appreciate
Bro, if y'all don't know about San Antonio, now y'all know. Them boys not playing.
you.
Around.
Yeah, bro. No, bro,
Yeah.
for sure. Hey, and real quick, just so y'all know, Big Bill will be opening up an office in Atlanta at the end of the year. I don't give a fuck what y'all got on the calendar. Wipe off the last quarter. We all going out to ATL to represent for you, my boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey Oakman, I got a question.
What's up, bro?
What's New Era going to be doing in a year, every single month?
There is no end game, baby. It's to the moon. Like wherever God sees fit, bro. I'm not putting a number on it.
I
To
think
the
he can
moon,
be at
bro.
I think from exactly a year from now, you can watch this halfway through next year, Oakman. I think you can be at like a couple million, like 4 or 5 million, realistically.
I I'm more so I would love for us to be there. I want to make sure the Texas compound as a whole is at 10 million. That's the goal. Is for not just for myself, anybody that's building in our Texas compound. Minimum this year we need, or this time next year we need to be at 10 million. Like I said, bro, it's not just me, bro, in that office. It's fucking it's fucking Nathaniel, bro. It's not
Oh,
like we're building, bro. We're building, and other guys are starting to step the fuck up too. You know what I mean? They're starting to sell. Like my brother
it's screaming
finally
in the office because
took him 8 months, but he's stepping up now. You know what I mean? Like, and I got to give credit where credit's due, bro.
Nah, bro. I mean, dude, let me tell you something, Oakman, before we end the call. You'll hear it a million times, bro. Like
Got a
Rome,
question.
Rome was not built in one day.
Yeah,
And like, dude, Wiley said it at the opening. Like, it took him almost 5 years to get to that, position. It took
yeah.
me almost 3 years to get to that six-figure position. Same way it took Ron, 16 to 18 months, Tanner 8 months. Everyone's on their own race, bro. Like, it took me over 20 agents before I found Ron. It took me over a year and a half, 2 years to crack 150,000, bro. And that's because we were figuring shit out. Like, dude, like you said, we were in the trenches, bro. Like, Wiley brought me a pair of slides that said trench baby. And like, straight up, bro. And like, dude, we figured out all the hard shit, bro. And like, it's people like you that keep continuously like implementing. Like, this really is simple, bro. Like, it's not that hard what we do. We just gotta
Yeah,
go to fucking work and do it, bro.
yeah. And
And
so if none of y'all have wrote down anything yet, write this down, guys. Mahmoud, Ronnie, and Wiley say this shit all the time, and it's so true. This business is not easy. It's not hard. It's simple. Do not try to reinvent the wheel yourself. Follow what these guys are doing. That's literally what I'm doing. I'm putting my own flavor on it, of course, right? I'm being me, but nothing I'm doing is new, boys. I'm literally following from these guys, right? Me and I'm following from Zach Trudowski, right? And Sean Mike, like whatever they say to fucking do, they do it. And that's how you got to be in this business. Like if Mahmoud tell me your team will be at 1 million at the end of this year, just eat some dirt. I'm eating dirt. How much dirt you need me to eat, bro? I'm doing it. Like I'm not even questioning it. And that's one thing that you saw Tanner, Dante, Drew specifically do. I'm gonna keep saying those guys we charge at the same time, bro. When Ronnie and you and Wiley told him to do something, bro, it wasn't even a question. There was no hesitation. And that's why fucking I'm gonna shit on myself. That's why last year I got second in that competition in the Diamond Club, and Tanner won because he implemented right then and there. Whatever he did, he was so intentional with it. Whereas me, I was like, oh, well, I gotta close this out. I gotta wait. But then he posts this video. I'm gonna wait. Like, you know what I mean? Me waiting an hour or two was costing me thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And now I'm paying for it, but it's okay. Because like you said, we're all in our own race. I'm a hard I'm a, I'm a hard-headed motherfucker, and hard head make a soft ass. You know what I mean? So you learn from your mistakes, bro. You learn from your mistakes. I know there's yeah, so let's see,
I
what
think it
was
was
your schedule?
Big Ah. What was the question you had before we ended up?
My question was, what was your schedule like on a day-to-day basis for those 6 weeks strictly to make 100,000? And did you pay for leads, or were you running free leads for those 6 weeks?
No, bro, I didn't pay for leads. So what happened was I think I was 4 weeks in, 3 or 4 weeks in, and I got with Ronnie to start buying leads, but I didn't dial my leads at all. So what Ronnie told me to do was like just build up the funnel because on shout out to my upline, bro. He fed me his leads. And so like I literally had access to his leads. And at the time he was just like, hey, bro, I don't want you to spend anything. He's like, but I'm gonna put you at this comp. I'm not gonna say it's a comp, right? But a lot of y'all will probably be bitching about the comp. And he was trying to justify it to me. I was like, bro, I don't give a fuck if it's 30%, bro. It's free money. I'm not putting anything into it. I'm just putting in time, sweat equity. So I came in, I had no intention or set amount of money I wanted to make. I was just like, I just want to be one of the best, bro. I just want to compete with these boys. And so I used his free leads for the whole 6 weeks, bro. And it was 100K. And like it was new leads, it was age leads. I think the first lead I closed was from Ronnie's first batch of leads that he had bought from him when I was the beginning of like 2024. So like a lead, like Ronnie said it best, bro. A lead is as cooked as you are. If you're cooked, like the lead, like you say the lead's cooked, make sure you're not cooked first. But yeah, then I started buying leads, bro, and it's like think of it when you all buy, I think that's the biggest issue most of y'all have, right? Is you buy leads for a week or two and you stop. Bro, if you're a Ferrari and you're driving down the road and you need gas, or you're gonna stop putting gas in it, you're gonna go fill that bitch up. You're the Ferrari. You got to keep putting gas in the motherfucker. You know I mean, to keep going. So if you're not feeling the fucking car, bro, like you're losing money. You're losing money at the end of the day. So yeah, bro. My schedule. Sorry to go back to my schedule. It was literally like I get to the office around. I drop my daughters off at school. I get to the office around. You see that time around 9:30. From there, I would stay in the office till around 7 or 8. I go train. So I was getting ready for a fight when I first started. I was getting ready for a fight, and so I go train, bro. Um, Actually, let me reset. 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm training again. I train, do my real estate shit. 9:30, I'm in the office till 7 or 8. I go home. I get on the phone. I start dialing when I got home. I dial fucking Hawaii and California, all the Pacific times, and I dial till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning because I can't sleep. I have really bad like ADHD, so my mind just keeps going. And I wake up at 4 in the morning. I would do that shit every fucking day, and I would do that from Sunday through Saturday. Like one time I called on, he didn't answer, but I called him at like 2 or 3 in the morning. It was like on I think Saturday. It was Sunday morning. It was Sunday morning. I closed the motherfucker on the phone, bro, from Oregon. And the next day he's like, bro, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, he's like, I called him, he answered, he seemed lonely. We just started chopping it up. Next thing I know, he's buying insurance from me, bro. I don't know. And he was just like, you're crazy, bro. But to me, it's like I said, there were no days off, bro. Like I'm trying to build a business. Even right now, bro, there's no days off right now. I'm literally in the office. Like all my boys can attest to this. We're in that bitch, bro, from 8, 9 o'clock in the morning to fucking 11, 12, sometimes 1 or 2 o'clock at night. We have 8 time zones to dial from. There's no excuse.
Facts.
Yep.
We all got the same 24 hours, guys. How are you gonna use it?
Thanks,
Exactly.
bro.
Yeah, Kyle hit that shit on the head last time he was on the call, bro. He's on the same shit. And like you said, he didn't reinvent the wheel. Tanner told him to do that. He fucking did it. And that's why he blew the fuck up. Simple.
Nah, man, that was a fire ass call, bro. I saw a
Yeah,
few
bro.
comments saying this was the best